Hi, welcome back to Wrinkles and Giggles. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for keep coming back. And for all you new subscribers, thank you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. It reminds you of all the videos that I make. So you come back on all of them. Also, if you're new here, welcome. Stick around. I am Kathleen, also here to guide you on what I know about aging and what we can do and what we just have to, stop thinking about. So today it's just a interesting topic. Medical esthetician, laser tech, worked for a doctor for umpteen years, 31 to be exact. Not for him, but 31 in the business. But let's say about 25 with him. And I have learned so many things that I want to bring back to you and guide you through this. And also a woman over 60, over 65. Gosh, I'm on Medicare. I thought I would get in here and do a quick one on 5 things that I, as an esthetician, and of course, a woman over a certain age, but I'm going to tell you 5 things that I would never use. And I really mean that. I've seen it not only with myself, but with other people that come in for facials. I have a lot of sisters, so I get to hear from them too. But 5 things that I would never use, right? Wouldn't that be interesting? Well, it is. So come back. So come back and let's do it. Okay, let's get right to it. One of the things I would not use is cleansing oils. I still don't get that whole concept. And I know that, remember, you might have your opinion, especially a lot of estheticians watching this or other people in the field. But cleansing oils to me came in like the 1970s or 80s that they told us we need a cleansing oil to get all the makeup off first, and then we go into our cleansing. I don't really get it because oils can break you out. They can clog you up and leave a sliming film. So if you're wearing a ton of makeup, I would suggest that you wipe it down first with a warm washcloth, or get right into using your cleansing cleanser and then do 2 cleansings. But the thing is, cleansing oils can mess around with your skin, especially if you have a tendency to break out. I don't even have a tendency to break out, and I believe it would cause me the little milias underneath the skin. Those are the little white hard knots that everyone tries to get out and they can't because it's like a little marble. Those are called milias, and I would have those. So if I can have them, I say most people could, because I have normal to pretty normal skin, but pretty normal to dry. A little bit on the dry side, not too much. So I would be very, very careful. And they sold us that thought that we really need to do that to break up all the makeup. I can see only in the fact that if you're doing stage makeup, which I also did in the past, and I still took it off with a warm washcloth first, but I could see breaking through that because makeup artists probably put a lot on and probably put sealants on so that it lasts all day. But all of us don't use the cleansing oil, okay? I just wouldn't. Another one that I would not use is anything with mineral oil. It goes along with the oil. But there's still some cleansers and a moisturizer that's very famous that I would never use. And it has mineral oil in it. And again, in the late 70s and 80s, a lot of us thought that was a good thing. A lot of people in the business of maybe the skincare reps or some skincare companies say it depends on the mineral oil you use. I still say no matter what. There was some home brands that I wanted to rep at one point, which I thought would be fun to stay home raising children, but I just couldn't be convinced. And I did use some of their products, very famous product line, and I broke out. And again, I really don't break out. Never had pimples as a teenager. So mineral oil, I will turn products away with mineral oil. And all the products that we have, gosh, I'm pretty sure, pretty much all the products that an esthetician will choose or in my office do not contain mineral oil. Another one I would never ever use, although I did try to use it, And I thought I was going to scream, and I thought, I've done it now. Because a lot of my young clients used to talk about the nose strips, the charcoal nose strips, other nose strips that you hear about. You rub them on clean skin. You keep it on in the heat. The heat alone probably helps loosen them, right? But taking those off are so different than what you think, and you can damage your skin. I thought my whole entire skin was going to come off. I was scared, and that was probably about 5 years ago when I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. It stuck on there way too much adhesive. Boy, could that damage those beautiful young people's skin that are getting little blackheads, and they think that this will really help, and their parents probably get it for them, as a kind gesture and fun, but don't get them. I'm highly against it. Once I tried it, I can't turn that opinion back. I think they're just too intense. If anything, have your teenager, or if you suffer with them, really get in there with cleansing or a toner. And remember, when you cleanse, splash a lot. And if you feel like you have to do a second cleansing, I'd rather have you do that. But really flush those pores out. A lot of people don't. That would help your blackheads. Oh, those strips, not good. Another thing I would never do never use, is a retinol with an SPF. There's not many out there, but you will come across them every now and then. I don't get the whole concept. A retinol with the SPF doesn't make sense, because you do not want to be using a retinol during the day. Retinols of any sort, or a retinoid, would be used at night, whether it's a retin-A or retinol. Retinols are more buffered. Don't get an SPF. That's a strange product. That I would never buy one. Okay, so don't ever buy it. Another product I would never use, and a lot of people I know, remember, if it works for you, who am I to argue with? There was a moment that one of my clients, she was such a dear older lady. Wait, I think I'm her age now. Oh, I guess she wasn't that old. She had the most beautiful skin. And I go, okay, what are you cleansing with? The usual, you're doing a little facial. And she had been using cleansing wipes. Ick. Okay, a lot of us estheticians are against it. If you love yours, again, use it. But a lot of the cleansing wipes do tend to have mineral oil or some kind of almond oil. And I've tried to use some in the past, because it's how quick is that? But they have given me little red bumps and a few little pimples across my nose. I don't really get it. I guess it's like a baby wipe. I guess they charge more and then put wipes in there. And, maybe if I was camping, would I maybe, but I think I would just use warm water and a washcloth and wipe it off. Or better yet, get a microfiber cloth. And those really get into the skin better. They do really great. And you can get some really good ones on Amazon, Walmart, or, I was going to say at some of the actual Lowe's and type of Home Depot. They have a lot of those for cleaning, and they're really fine microfiber. But if it's super fine, of course, get ones that aren't heavy duty. But I saw one in that store one day, and I thought, oh my gosh, even they do. So a microfiber, but I usually get them off Amazon or at Walmart. They do great. We sell one from Jane Iredale. It's called the Magic Mitt, because it's like magic. You can use warm water, you put your hand in, and it's a great microfiber. It just takes off things. I don't know. It is like a Magic Mitt. Okay. But it does sell for about, I think it went up $23. So to me, that's a lot. It does do great, but I get mine less expensive. So another thing that I would not do is maybe, and it's all the trend, and I know it is, and niacinamide. It does help the skin. It really does. It adds in the moisture, the skin barrier, which helps in the moisture. And it tends to make the skin, or works alongside the other products to help the skin look really nice and radiant. But now there's a trend that it's too much, and then too much of a good thing, you know what happens. It can go the other way, especially on a young people's skin. On a young person's, I don't think you should do 10%. Look for something with maybe 4%, but a lot of the products have like a 3 to 4% included in their products, but to get a straight 10%, watch out for that. I did hear that was a trend. Some skins can get by with it, but if you have a young preteen or teenager, I would say do not put them on that. Just stick with a hyaluronic serum. That would be great. So I hope this also helps. That is all of my list. Those are my big ones. So if you have so many comments, put them below. If something is working for you, put it below, because I'd love to read those. I really do. And maybe you've been using some of these, wondering what's happening. So again, I hope this helps. And so thankful for all of you. I want you to stay fabulous. And with all this info, maybe now even more fabulous. So thanks, and come back. Bye.